Hey everyone, it's Touch My Elmo here, and today we're going to be delving into the story dimension Beast Labyrinth to farm some runes. So basically, when you first start into Beast Labyrinth and get some runes, I recommend actually skip. You're going to first start out with maybe B8, B7 is just not worth it based on the rune quality, and also B8 is actually not even that great. To get started on B9, you're going to be pretty much farming Scenario 3, which is Infernal Volcano, and the reason why we do that is because we can get Strike Set from this and give a little nice boost to our attack. And in a hard mode, you can get 5-star white quality runes, which is good enough for B9. And so the most important one to farm is slot 1, slot 2, and slot 6. And the reason for that is slot 1 can give that flat attack, slot 2 attack percentage, and slot 6 attack percentage. The rest is kind of whatever. You don't really need to farm it that much, just get one to complete that set. So after you farm this for a little bit, get your monsters up, we're going to be looking at what units to use. Now, pretty much you're going to be using Boomer and Wham Shell. That's the easiest way to complete B9, even on auto. And the reason why we want to use Boomer is because he does a lot of damage, and he's great for shard farming. So, two skills we'll be using is Skill 2 and Skill 1. Skill 2 is nice because he synergizes with himself by giving himself an attack buff to all allies. So we're gonna definitely, it's very helpful for us to have that attack buff up when we throw the bombs. Because in slot 1, when you awaken him, he does an AoE explode, and you pretty much need that AoE explode for wave clears. So that's the reason why we use Boomer. Here are my stats. I'm running at 7.7k attack and 8.4 HP. Both of these stats are important, and you also want to get some effect accuracy. I have plus 30, which is good area to be in right here. Second unit we want to use is Wham Shell. The reason why we want to use Wham Shell is because second skill, AoE attack down, which is nice for surviving the waves. And first skill also it gives an AoE defense up when you use it, and that's pretty much the reason why we use Wham Shell for that defense up and also attack down. And also he's pretty tanky, so he can sometimes solo the boss if your Boomer happens to die. So let's take a look at the runes. For Wham Shell, I run flat defense percentage, and I have run the effect accuracy, but you can put an HP percent there, it doesn't really matter. And you're just going to try and make it as tanky as possible. Now, you're looking here and you see 4.2k defense, you're like, I can't get that. You don't need this high. I just have this high since I've been farming B10 and B9 for a while as well. You pretty much only need like 3.5k defense. If that, 3.5k is pretty much a good area to be in. And then HP, just make it as tanky as possible, pretty much. It doesn't really matter. There's no really set goal, just make it as tanky as possible. Yep. Alrighty, and then let's get into it. Alrighty, and so what we're going to be running is we're going to 2-man it. Where are you? Right here. Alrighty, and so we're just going to run this setup right here. And then for your villain, I like to use a healer just because it's nice to get, for one, I have my broccoli guy skilled up, so I can remove that defense break that the boss can cast on the Boomer, and also just provide some sustainability. You'll probably be trying to go for this guy instead of the broccoli guy, since broccoli guy's been nerfed since the beginning, but I didn't want to remake another healer villain. But yeah, let's get into it. Now, I'm just going to show my auto, but if you're manually, pretty much just go for this main guy. You always want to kill the main guy off first because he does quite a bit of damage. And then you just let us do his thing, get that explode. So yeah, so it's really nice to have that AoE attack break because you don't want them to be doing too much amount of damage to your units as you go through the trash stages. And we can just target the main guy again. But my team doesn't really need to focus on the main guy. Yeah, so it's pretty simple. Oof, it's actually quite a bit of damage. Yeah, but that's why we have Rocket Guy here. Get the defense up and also a regen. See, well, Boomer died there, and it doesn't really matter because he's low enough for Whamshell to actually just complete the stage by himself. Alright, and that's how you do B9. So pretty easy. Oh, that guy's 6-star rune here, actually. It's okay. But anyways, I'll show a couple more runs at the end. Alright, so now you've been farming B9 for a while. Now you want to get stronger. You want to get that dope, juicy, legendary 6-star rune. So you want to get into B10. Now, of course, to get into B10, team comp you want to use, Skylander you want to use is definitely, first for one, Igniter. Igniter is great because he can self buff attack. He causes also defense down, and it's just perfect right here. Like, synergizes with itself so well and does a lot of damage. So Igniter is definitely the choice here when you're starting out B10. And then the second unit that's farmable now is also Ninjini. Why we want to use Ninji is, look at that. Crit rate up and for all your allies, and also crit rate down and heal down for the boss. The boss does heal on attack, so even though it doesn't help too much, but it does help a little bit. And the crit rate down for sure, because if he crits you, pretty much gonna get one-shotted. The second skill is nice because it does a lot of damage. I skilled mine up just so my auto gets more success rate, more reliable success rate. But yeah, what I recommend is this for. Let me go here. I recommend skilling it up to pretty much level 2, and that's all you need. You just need that 2, basically +2 to crit rate. That's all you need. I skilled mine up, and I kind of regret it. I didn't really need this level 4 or level 3 skill up, but yeah. I skilled my Igniter up to level 5 just because it helps with reliability, but if you're just starting out, you don't need to skill them up, you don't need to. Also, this for the Flame Bait passive, where if there's a bomb or explode on the boss or on the unit that you're attacking, it causes that bonus hit. You don't need to skill this up as well, but I did, just so I can get higher reliability on my runs. Alright, so let's get into it. Now, when you're first starting out, you have to manual it, right? And what I did to manual is I used Kaboom. And then also your villain, you're going to be using Gulper. When I first started, I did 5-star +2 when I first started running it. It doesn't need to be 6-star +5. I just happen to have enough resources to do so. For Kaboom, you're going to be running the charge up skill and the AoE bombs. Here are my stats for Igniter. It doesn't need to be this high. Pretty much when I first started, it was running like 7k or 7.5k attack, and I was like 6.7k, around this HP actually. And my crit rate, I was actually started out, I was around 100. Effect accuracy, I didn't really have much, but effect accuracy is important because you want to land that defense break. My Ninjini. The most important part, I mean, I have a decent amount of attack and crit rate, but you don't need that. If you're just starting out manual, you just need to have some tanky stats. So pretty much you want to get your HP and defense to be kind of up there so that she doesn't die. Kaboom, we want to get some HP as well, but mainly we're looking for that attack. Let's get into it. Alright, starting out, what you're going to be doing, spam bomb. That's all you're doing on these crash stages. You're going to be spamming bombs, get that guy out there, and then throw a defense, a crit rate down just so that they don't crit your Gulper. So at least you could try and take a little more hits, and then that's it. Go back to spamming bombs. Alright, and if you have stragglers, you can use your single target skill to wipe them out. Alright, stage 2. Spam bombs again. Crit rate down. Spam bombs. Get this guy out here. And then that's it. Spam bombs. Alright, to finish him off, gonna use a single target, but yeah, you just. So yeah, trash stage, just spam bombs. Now, when you get to the boss stage, it's a very specific sequence. What I do is I charge up, crit rate buff, and then all I do is spam defense break, the second skill of Igniter. And then get your Gulper out, of course, whenever you can. And then you're just spamming this second skill. And so when you get down this stage, you're going to queue up these two skills. Well, that didn't turn out as I hoped, but pretty much when you get down to that last sliver of health, you're going to queue up this, and this so that you can try and cut in between you. But yeah, but that's it, and that's how you manual B10, and you're going to keep doing this until you get 3-star. Now I had a pretty unlucky draw there, but pretty much you keep doing that until you get some upgrades and get your Niter skilled up and get some runes for him as well. And once you're ready to transition to Auto, there are several options for Auto. We're starting out, you can run a Spitfire if you have a Spitfire. You can also just farm up a Nightmare. This is pretty much the easiest way. You don't have to skill her up, you don't have to rune her. It doesn't have to be leveled, you don't need to be leveled up. Here are my stats for Nightmare, my runes for Nightmare, and that's all you need. Pretty much the reason why we using Nightmare is for her lead. Every time you kill a unit, even if she is dead with anyone, you can heal for the amount of the attack of the attacker. So yeah, let's run this here. I'm gonna go in and check it out. This is pretty much the team comp. It's a slower run than with Spitfire. You'll get probably average around 4 to 5 minutes. Now, when you first start out, you're going to be probably targeting the middle guy, so we'll do that. Oh, and the skill choice for Nightmare, you're going to be trying to run the skills that are lowest mana consumption. As you see that, like every time we kill something, AoE heal. And it's great. It allows for survivability, and also more reliability as well in your runs. The only hard part about this is of course the boss and also this main guy. Sometimes he can just crit one of your units and just kill off all your units. So. Now, when you're actually doing auto, it might be a good idea to skill up your second skill on Igniter to get that reduced mana consumption. And I leave skill 1 alone, but you see how much less damage I do without the defense spray. So that's why it's kind of important to have some accuracy, effect accuracy on Igniter. Hope I don't fail here. There we go. And that's it. And that's how you auto B10 with that comp. Now, if you want to speed up your run, let's say you run this team for a while, you get good success rate, but you're running really slow. You can put in a Spitfire in there. Now, my Spitfire stats are here. Well, the goal of this is that you want to get the attack as high as possible. You don't care about crit rate. I just happen to have some, but get crit rate, get attack as high as possible. Defense and HP, you actually want them to be pretty low. You don't want him to survive past the waves, the trash stage, just because what happens is basically he'll consume up. He doesn't do that much damage. He only does damage for AoE and has low mana consumption. And so when Igniter lands that defense break, he's going to queue up these two skills and consume all the defense break without any damage gain, because you're not going to be doing that much damage with them. So that's why it's actually preferable that he dies before getting to the boss. But that never really happens with my team comp, just because his defense is pretty high. And from what I've noticed is that whenever I run auto, the mobs always tend to attack the far right mob, which is my Ninjini. I've tinkered around the stats. I try to make my Spitfire really squishy. They still, most of the time, go for Ninjini. Yeah, as you can see, it's much faster than the Nightmare stage, just because my Igniter right now can't one-shot these trash mobs, and so having Spitfire doing a little bit of damage across the board makes it so that these units can one-shot them. So look at that. They just keep going for Ninjini, those dicks. But yeah, pretty much you want them to kill Spitfire. I mean, Spitfire almost always survives in my team comp, or how I ruined him, but you know, that's how it goes. But yeah, we get into the boss stage. Perfect, yeah, land that defense break. But of course, we consume one, and then the others we consume by Spitfire. That's why we don't like Spitfire living on the boss stage, but you know how it goes. Alright, and there it is. Alright, thank you for watching. Leave a like and a comment below. See you guys next time.